Hey guys, thanks for joining me again today. Welcome to summer. It's hot outside and we're getting a lot of people saying that their trucks are overheating. I'm seeing trucks overheating on the side of the road. Well, if my truck was overheating, the first thing I would ask myself is when's the last time I cleaned out my radiator, charge air cooler, and if my AC is not blowing very cold, when's the last time I cleaned out my condenser? So normally you do this with a garden hose and it's not a really good way to get it clean. Doesn't do a great job. So I found a new tool for such a thing, and it's this radiator genie. It comes as a two-piece set. There's another one just like it with an NPT fitting on the end of it for an air hose. This one will just screw onto a regular old hose bib for a garden hose. Then you can control the pressure right here. So I'm going to try this out today. I've always thought about building one, but just never got around to it. And then I saw this for about 35 bucks. It's got a bent end on it, 90 degrees, and a flared tip on it. So it spreads out the pressure a little bit. Now you don't want to do this with a pressure washer. You can damage the radiator, damage charge air cooler and the condenser and everything. So you just want some gentle pressure on it, but yet enough to flush it out. With this thing, you can get in all the little nooks and crannies here and there and down from the top and between the radiator and the charge air cooler, which you can't do otherwise with a regular garden hose, and then get behind the condenser and flush everything out from the back. So we're going to do this today and try this tool out. The first thing I'm going to do is soak everything down with some degreaser, some mild degreaser. And what I'm going to use is this Purple Power. It's mild, it's biodegradable, so just rinsing it on the ground won't hurt anything. Then I got some Miracle 2 soap here too. That's a pretty good degreaser, and it's also biodegradable. You don't want to use anything harsh and nothing acidic that will etch the metal. And you just want to be careful so you don't do any damage here. So I'm going to soak this down. I'll show you how this tool works, rinse it out, and then I'm going to repeat the process until it's as clean as I want it. After looking at this tool, I'm kind of looking forward to trying it. I think it's going to be a good deal. And I'm going to put a link in the description below in case you want one. The price is right. And I can see a lot of other purposes for this, like cleaning out the condenser on your reefer unit, stuff like that, and getting in all the little hard to reach places. Even with that air hose part of the tool would be handy for blowing out in tight spaces. So I'll soak her down here and we'll try this out. See what kind of pressure it puts out. This thing's got a lot of pressure. We're gonna have to dial it down a little bit because I don't want that much pressure on my components there. We'll use this little knob here to dial it back. We can go way down. If we need to, we can even cut some water off at the hydrant there, but I think that's about right where I want it. Now, you should do this a few times a year. If you're in a situation where you're working in like gravel pits or getting dirty or logging or something where you got a lot of dust and dirt, I'd do it way more often. But you want to do a good thorough cleaning 2-3 times a year otherwise. So I'm going to climb up in there and start rinsing with this. We'll see how it works. I did spray my fan blades and the fan shroud and everything here. Get everything nice and clean. See here, I can tuck it right up into these tight spots here, which you can't get with a garden hose. And I get right down into the bottom. And get right in front of the fan here. Can have a little more pressure for the bug screen here. So this thing's working pretty good. I did the fan blades, the fan shroud, the radiator, backflush that, and then the backflush the charge air cooler. One thing though, I wish this was a little more narrow. I wasn't able to get this between the charge air cooler and the condenser, but I just turned the pressure up a little and I was able to backflush the condenser a little bit better. On a lot of trucks, you got a little more clearance there. These Columbias are pretty tight. So if you got a long nose Pete or something, you probably have more clearance than I got. And then also, I did soak and spray the bug screen. And I'm going to do this a couple times here until I'm satisfied with how clean it is. Get her looking good and functioning good for this hot weather. So I got it looking pretty clean. Fan's all nice and clean. Let's check out this condenser. Looks way better. We got her pretty clean. So overall, I'd have to say, pretty happy with that tool. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description below if you're interested in one. And definitely do this a few times a year. It's good for your truck, helps keep your AC blowing nice and cold, and keep your truck running cooler. So take care and have a good day.